So the other night I was playing Monopoly, and as I was playing Monopoly, I realized that this is a foundational lesson to anyone in the United States. In order to really achieve wealth, you've got to own property. And if you've ever played Monopoly, you go around, and if you're just going around and collecting payday and hoping to not go to jail, you're never going to win the game. The person that wins the game is the one who gobbles up all the real estate and then starts collecting rent with a single house and then 3 houses and then ultimately a hotel. That is the exact same thing in life. And I've been in real estate since 1993. I started investing when I was 18. And it's true. It is a sacrifice in the beginning. Most of us don't have the money to just throw out $450,000, $500,000, whatever the amount is for a median home price, wherever you're at. In Vegas, that's about what it is. But leverage it. Let the bank own most of it. Find out what is your minimum down and put your minimum down. And granted, get the best interest rate that you can. And getting the best interest rate usually means you're going to have good credit. So work on keeping your credit good. So let's go in. Let's buy that $450,000 house. Let's put the minimum amount down. Probably putting the minimum amount down in today's interest rate. You are not going to cover your mortgage, your taxes, your insurance, and possibly your management fee from a property manager. It's okay. It is a savings account that even though every month you have to apply and you have to pay the difference, it is making you money. It compounds, and it's proven that in 15 years, that property that you purchased is going to be worth 3 times what you bought it for. Who wouldn't want to make an investment like that? I mean, I live in Vegas and I would bet on that every day of the week. So I think what the problem is since the recession, people are really skittish about buying investment properties or buying real estate in general. I hear from the younger generation, oh, it's just so outside of my possibilities. I was talking to a waitress at Olive Garden just yesterday, and she saw that I was wearing my McKenna Property Management business shirt. And she's like, oh, so you're in property management? And then my husband said, and I'm in real estate. And she goes, yeah, I've always wanted to buy a house. And Max goes, well, why don't you? And she says, there's no way I could afford it. And then she disclosed that her credit's not so good. So right now, she can't afford it. Right now, she doesn't have the credit for it. But this is the time to start looking to fixing your credit. It's looking to getting that down payment, that minimum down payment. Is it a sacrifice? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. I have a client right now that purchased 10 properties. And when he was purchasing them, he was paying fair market. So at the time he was paying $200,000. The next one was $225,000 and then $250,000. And as the years went on, his price went up a little bit. And I remember him saying to me, man, I wish I would have bought all of my properties when I was paying $200,000. And sometimes you can't. You just have to wait it out. Now that same investor with his properties is a multi-millionaire, and his rents are more than covering what his commitment is with the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, and my management fee. So be a player in the game of life. Don't just go around and collect your paycheck and hopefully to stay out of jail. The way to get ahead is real estate. My parents used to play the game where I'm going to work really hard, and once I work really hard, then I will invest my money. But that's not the way it is anymore. The wealthy people are not necessarily going to work 9 to 5 and collecting their paychecks. They are the people that are going to work, but they've got this other business called real estate investments over here, where the money is working for them. And is it a pain in the butt when a dishwasher goes out on one of your investment properties? Yes. Does it suck that you have to pay for a new dishwasher when you're never going to use that dishwasher? Yes. But do you do the happy dance when that property you purchased at $250,000 ends up being a $600,000 property when you decide to sell? Also, let's talk about this myth that real estate can be a bad investment. I'd like to find out when. The only time real estate is a bad investment is when you sell it at the wrong time. You can even buy it at the wrong time. Buy it when it's high. That just means you have to wait a little while. You have to wait a little longer for the market to readjust. But sometime in the future, you will be able to sell that property for a profit. So I don't know why people say real estate can be a bad investment. I don't see it. I haven't seen it in the 33 years that I've been doing this. If you sell at the wrong time, absolutely, it's a bad investment. And I did that. My husband and I, we were picking up an investment property about every year to 18 months, and then the recession hit. And we owed on one property 500 and something thousand, and it was worth 250,000 on its best day. We didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So what we did is we short sold that property. Hindsight, should have kept it. Just covered the difference, kept it rented, made sure that we were, making the mortgage payment, making sure that we were paying the HOA. And ultimately, when the market turned, that property went back up to 600,000. And we could sell it today and it'd be 600,000. But we didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. We were leveraged pretty heavy. So we decided that we would unload a couple of our investment properties. And I regret that. Now we kept the other ones, so that's good, but still keep real estate. Real estate is the name of the game when it comes to creating wealth. Creating wealth is synonymous with real estate. All right, so I know that there's a lot of people out there that go, well, once I get my real estate investment, and Jenny, that was a great idea. I bought it for $400,000. It's now worth $475,000. What do? Just sit on it and let the renter keep paying the mortgage? Sure, you can. Or you can use that investment property and refinance it, pull some money out, and go get you another investment property. And for tax reasons, that makes total sense. So you do want to talk to a tax professional. I am not a tax professional, but I do watch my clients do this, and it just makes a lot of sense. So you want to be careful. You don't want to go too far in the hole when you are using that first investment property to pull some money out for the second investment property. Yeah, you may have to come out of pocket $200-300 because now the rent's not necessarily covering the new refinanced amount. But come over to this property. This property is going to be accumulating the appreciation as well as the rents will catch up. So I just wanted to set the record straight. For anybody that is saying that real estate is not a good investment, that real estate can bite you in the butt, I just don't see it. Sacrifice in the beginning, get the appreciation, have it over the history of time. It will appreciate 3 times what you paid for it in 15 years. That's called compound interest. And take advantage of somebody else making your mortgage, your taxes, and your payments on that investment property. Not you, someone else who's living in it. It's the best way to make wealth. So hopefully this has been good for you. I just needed to set the record straight.